What does the 1956 Chevrolet look like? That's the best kept secret of the year. Keeping it secret until Friday, November 4th, is the job of the men and women in scores of Chevrolet plants across the nation. Security checks are tightened. And as the 56 Chevrolet begins the journey to your dealer, it's security all the way, under canvas covers, and behind sealed boxcar doors. In city after city, as dealers get the news that the 56 Chevrolet arrives soon, they too get ready to guard the secret until Friday, November 4th. Chevrolet 456 is on its way to you right now. Its new beauty, new power, and new performance are secrets worth waiting to learn. So...
In the theater, when you have a hit, you can tell by the audience reaction. In the automobile business, we rate a hit by the nationwide acceptance it gets. And we know that we have a real box office smash with Chrysler Corporation's new push-button Powerflite automatic transmission. Here's how terrifically it's going over with America's car buyers. In Plymouth showrooms, push-button Powerflite gets the nod, especially from the women who enjoy its convenience and ease of operation. Dodge dealers report an overwhelming demand for the magic of push-button driving. And the sales at DeSoto, Chrysler, and Imperial dealers show that buyers are unanimous in their enthusiasm for this driving control from the future. It's so easy. Just push a button, step on the gas, and go. Stop in tomorrow at one of our dealers and try push-button driving in one of the brilliant new cars of the Forward Look 56 from Chrysler Corporation.
In just a moment, we'll return to the third act of the Lou Gehrig story. And now, once again, your host, Bill Lundigan.
In the theater, when you have a hit, you can tell by the audience reaction. In the automobile business, we rate a hit by the nationwide acceptance it gets. And we know that we have a real box office smash with Chrysler Corporation's new push-button Powerflite automatic transmission. Here's how terrifically it's going over with America's car buyers. In Plymouth showrooms, push-button Powerflite gets the nod, especially from the women who enjoy its convenience and ease of operation. Dodge dealers report an overwhelming demand for the magic of push-button driving. And the sales at DeSoto, Chrysler, and Imperial dealers show that buyers are unanimous in their enthusiasm for this driving control from the future. It's so easy. Just push a button, step on the gas, and go. Stop in tomorrow at one of our dealers and try push-button driving in one of the brilliant new cars of the Forward Look 56 from Chrysler Corporation. And now we return to the third act of the Lou Gehrig story, written especially for Climax by Mel Goldberg.
How do you drive a magic carpet?
You drive it with a wish.
How do you drive a magic car?
You drive it with a touch.
The magic touch of the dynamic new Dodge 456, the car born of success to challenge the future. The car with the look of success, with distinctive jet fin styling,
The power of success, surging new breakaway power in the greatest Dodge engine ever created, the new 230 horsepower Red Ram V8. And the feel of success with Dodge Magic Touch push-button control. You just touch and go. See, drive, and thrill to the dynamic Dodge 456.
The magic touch of tomorrow.
This is a story of an industry in action.
Gonna take me a press, gonna take me some steel, gonna take my two hands and build an automobile.
How many dreams can you shape in a minute, an hour? Ask the people of Dodge.
Put in a rivet and a welded and a look-alive. Wait till you see this baby drive.
What makes an engine go? Is it stock and steel and copper tubing, or infinite care and experience with men and women working together to bring metals alive?
Turn her out, Henry! Turn her out, Joe! We'll put her together and then watch her go!
Heads up, she's coming down. 2 months ago, 3 tons of unmined ore. Today, a designer's idea come to life.
Put a brand new body on a brand new frame. Tighten her up and give it a name. Call it a dot.
It's a proud name. Proud in tradition, proud in service. Swift and mighty in action.
I took me a press, I took me some steel, I took my two hands and built an automobile. I built a Dodge, I built a Dodge.
Fine. Yes, I'd love to. Thanks, Jeanne. I'll be there. 2:00. Goodbye. You know, 3 weeks ago, I couldn't have accepted that invitation. Like so many people these days, we live in the suburbs, and Dave needs the car every day for business. When he was gone, I was practically a prisoner in my own home. I couldn't get out to see my friends, couldn't take part in PTA activities. I couldn't even shop when I wanted to. I had to wait till Thursday night after Dave brought the car home. But that's all changed now. 3 weeks ago, we bought another Ford, the new low-price custom line Victoria. Isn't it stunning? Dave has it all to himself, and I now have the ranch wagon all to myself. It's a whole new way of life. Now I'm free to go anywhere, do anything, see anybody anytime I want to. It's only good common sense. Why be stuck with one expensive car when you can enjoy all the fun and freedom of 2 fine Fords?
Today, more and more families are finding out how easy it is to become 2 Ford families. You can choose from 20 different models, colors galore, and each available with Thunderbird power, with styling inspired by the famous Ford Thunderbird, and each with the extra protection of Ford's Lifeguard design. See your Ford dealers soon.
One of the country's largest and most modern law enforcement organizations is the North Carolina State Highway Patrol. Nearly 600 men patrol over 70,000 miles of highway. When an accident report comes in, these highway patrolmen move out in a hurry. The North Carolina Highway Patrol is prepared to go anywhere, anytime, to protect users of North Carolina's fine highways. And they get there. Now meet Colonel James R. Smith, the patrol commander.
Our job is to enforce North Carolina's traffic laws. It's a big job. That's why our cars have to give top performance in every kind of driving situation, and at the same time give our men maximum protection.
And here in Houston, Texas, Ford goes first too, just as it goes first with police agencies all over the country. Over 70% of all the cars operated by the nation's state police today are Fords. And no wonder. Nobody outperforms Ford. Here at the Indianapolis Speedway, a 56 Ford D8 recently set a new 500-mile record, averaging over 107 miles per hour. At Daytona Beach, Florida, Ford won the top award for the best all-around performance. And at Kingman, Arizona, a Ford V8 set 30 new world speed records. In performance, Ford goes first. Test drive a new Ford and prove it to yourself.
Good evening. Tonight you're going to see a demonstration of an amazing new car. A car that all the world wanted, and only the engineers here at Ford could build. The scenes you're about to see could happen on any street in America. The street we've selected is named Mulberry. Most days, Mulberry Street is pretty quiet. But you should have seen all the excitement the day Bob Jordan sprung his big surprise on the neighborhood. Nobody had ever seen anything quite like this newest, new kind of Ford, the Skyliner, the world's only Hideaway hardtop. Naturally, everyone wanted to see how it worked, and just as naturally, Bob wanted to show them. He pulled the control lever, and the magic started. First, the rear deck lid swung up. Next, the all-steel top automatically began to rise. Then the forward panel folded under. The top continued to move back and down, and finally descended smoothly into the trunk. You saw it happen, from an all-steel hardtop to a wide-open convertible in less than a minute. But do you think this crowd was satisfied?
Hey, do it again, Bob.
Please put the top back up.
And Bob obliged. He knows that the mechanism that operates this retractable top will take all the hard use he can give it, which means he can show it off to his friends all he likes. Ford engineers have tested this car by putting the top up and down thousands of times, the equivalent of 10 years of normal use without a mechanical failure. This steel top is plenty rugged, too, and weather-tight. There, the last step. Set screws lock the roof and deck lid down securely, and it's a snug and beautiful hardtop again. This is another example of Ford's advanced engineering, another Ford first. Ask your Ford dealer about the new Ford Skyliner, the world's only Hideaway hardtop.
Well, I'm sure you'll agree. The Ford Skyliner is a revolutionary car. And this is important to you, no matter which one of Ford's 21 exciting new models you might choose. It's important because the Skyliner represents the kind of advanced engineering, exhaustive testing, and downright extra value that goes into every part and every feature of every new Ford. All of which means that whichever body style best suits your needs, when you get a Ford, you're getting a truly fine car at half the fine car price. The American man is many things. He's a do-it-yourself man and a breadwinner. He's a family man and a Saturday night escort. And because he demands the same versatility in his family car, more and more men today are turning to station wagons. And for 56, Ford has a station wagon to fit every need. This year, Ford offers 6, each as beautiful as it is practical. Difficult to believe this 8-passenger country sedan has done a hard day's work, isn't it? But hard work is second nature to a Ford station wagon. This 6-passenger country sedan, for example, has a level load space of over 8 feet long. Here's the ever-popular 2-door ranch wagon, low-priced running mate, the handsome custom ranch wagon. All Ford station wagons
are available with a mighty new Thunderbird Y8 engine, for it's the standard 8 at no extra cost. And all give you the extra protection of Ford's Light Guard design. Whether your favorite is this Country Squire or the brand new Park Lane, fashionable addition to Ford's station wagon line, or any of the other station wagon models Ford now offers, you'll go in style, comfort, and added safety when you go Ford. See the Ford station wagons for 56 at your Ford dealers.
Well, there's a family that really likes to look into what they're buying. Smart idea, too. But you know, no matter how hard or long they look at that new Ford, they'll never see all the extra quality and special features that went into all parts of the car. The inner Ford is something you'll never see. And that's why we're running this two-page spread in this week's Life. I hope you'll read it. Fact is, it tells the inside story of the 56 Ford so well, we've had this big reproduction made for your Ford dealer showroom. See all these lines? Well, each of them points to one of the inner qualities that Ford gives you at Ford's low prices. For example, right here is the line that points to the glass fiber insulation and felt that line of Ford roof. You'll never see it, but you'll sure know it's there every time you're riding in a quiet Ford. And here's another Ford exclusive. This 5-cross-member K-bar frame that has the highest torsional rigidity in its field. Now, these are just a few of the reasons why Ford is a quieter, more snugly built car. Why Ford is ahead of its competition. Drop in at your Ford dealers and let him give you the full story on the inner Ford. You'll discover the advantages of owning the car that goes first with all the things that count most. The 1956 Ford.
Bing Crosby is a symbol of the greatest in entertainment. It can be truly said he is the entertainer's entertainer. And as for his Thunderbird, well, it's a symbol of the greatest, too. How do you like yours, Bing?
Well, this is quite a vehicle. You know, I've been around some pretty clever horseless carriages in my time, and that's a bit of time, too. But this beautiful little T-Bird, man, this is the performer's performer. And how about this for a continental touch? You see, they're taking the spare out of the trunk and put it back here, thus achieving a long, pure line. Don't you think? And look at the room you got inside here now. Why, you could throw 4 hunting dogs, a brace of decoys, and a case of, well, it's pretty roomy. But what really impresses me is the way Ford's assembly line is turning out peace of mind these days. I'm speaking of lifeguard design, naturally, and you get it in every new Ford this year. Because all 56 Fords have these lifeguard double-grip door latches. They keep the door closed no matter what. The steering wheel gives you a good, safe 4-inch cushion to keep the steering column from pinning itself to the manly chest in case of an accident. Sort of makes you wonder why all cars don't have it, huh? Well, all Fords do. But you know what really flips me is this telescopic twist. Adjusts to the high caloric figure or to the trim, well-built youngsters like me. Now, looky here. Lifeguard padding all around. Man, do my passengers have it soft. I want you to listen to some sweet harmonizing. That's what 225 horsepower sounds like. You know, you too can have Thunderbird V8 power, family style, because the Thunderbird engine is standard now in all Fairlane and station wagon models. It doesn't cost you a nickel extra. Let me show you a real getaway. First you, wait a minute. Got to have the full wardrobe for this deal. Now, we're all set? Here we go.
You are watching Mr. Bing You were watching Mr. Bing Crosby and his new 1956 Thunderbird.
Let's leave the home of this happy breed for a moment and follow a modern American family that isn't at home. And no wonder. The weather's just right for a trip, and so is their car. A new Ford Custom Line Victoria. A new and lower-priced Victoria. It's powered by the mighty Ford V8 engine. The road is long, but miles don't matter because this is a car born for the open road. And the longer the trip,
the more they realize what a comfortable, easy-handling car Ford is. This is the first stop they've made in 200 miles. Let's see how the trip's going.
Afternoon, sir. Fill her up?
If you will, please. Boy, that's quite a road.
Well, you got the car for it. Every Ford owner that comes in here tells me that.
Oh?
Hi, son. Tired after that long drive?
Nope. I like to ride in our new car.
Who doesn't? You know, I used to think you needed an expensive car for long-distance driving. We think the ride's just as comfortable in our new Ford.
Well, you should. A Ford is engineered like the expensive cars. I've seen them all up in the grease rack, and believe me, in a Ford, you've got a lot of car under you.
What are you doing, Jimmy? I'm watching the man check the oil, man. You wouldn't be interested.
Well, that's all right, son. You'll be driving a Ford someday, too, probably. Well, young lady, how are you enjoying your trip?
Fine, thank you. How do you know? You've been asleep all the way. Say, mister, what's this padding under the hood for?
Well, son, that's extra sound insulation. That's one of the reasons your sister's been sleeping so soundly. You won't find that on other low-priced cars. Well, you don't need any oil, sir. It's a real snug engine.
Good. Okay, kids, climb aboard. Oh, thank you very much.
Don't forget your change, sir. You'll be getting plenty of extra change driving this baby. You know, a Ford like yours won the Mobile Gas Economy Trophy. But believe me, you win every time you pull up to a gas pump.
Well, thanks. So long.
So long. Have a nice trip.
Thank you.
When you go in a 56 Ford, you'll go first in economy, first in performance, and first in safety. See your Ford dealer soon.
Ford Theater, presented by Ford, originator of lifeguard design, and the Ford dealers of your community.
In this corner, Miss Ann Hart. Weight, 98 pounds. And in this corner, and we really mean corner, is her 1956 Ford. Weight, 3,600 pounds. Now watch how easily she makes this ton-and-a-half car do what she wants it to do. Just a touch is all it takes. Because her Ford has Master Guide power steering, a Ford option that does up to 75% of her steering work. Makes a squeeze like this, a breeze like this. Ford's Master Guide power steering supplies the muscles. All she does is guide the car. Turning effort is reduced to almost nothing. Driving pleasure is increased immeasurably. And when you're forced into water, snow, or loose sand, you don't have to fight the wheel to control the car. See, all steering is easier with Master Guide power steering. On a smooth straightaway, however, Ford's power steering is just like regular steering. You don't lose the natural feel of the wheel. Ford's Master Guide power steering makes your driving safer, more relaxed on any kind of road. And this year, its suggested price is almost 1/3 lower. Test drive a Ford with Master Guide power steering at your Ford dealers soon.
Here's a new version of Standing on the Corner, the hit song from Frank Lesser's The Most Happy Fella.
Standing on the corner, watching all the Fords go by. Standing on the corner, giving all the Fords the eye.
Catch me, I'm dazzled by loveliness.
Wow, how long and low could you get?
Sure would dress up our ranch in Texas. Real pretty.
Yes, this new Ford Sunliner would dress up any home, anywhere. It's the widest, longest, lowest convertible in its field. And it outsells every other convertible, regardless of price. With one exception.
Hey, look what's coming down the street now. We can take a whole squad of maneuvers in that.
There's room for a squad of 9 or a squad room full of gear in this new Ford Country Sedan. It's one of 6 Ford station wagons offered this year.
Want to lift, soldiers?
Why, sure. It's Ford, isn't it?
So don't be standing on the corner watching all the Fords, watching all the Fords. Be the guy who's going by.
Well, some guys get all the Fords.
Be sure to see the brand new, beautiful new 1956 Nash, Thursday, November 17th at your Nash dealers.
Nash style is the latest, the beer, it's the greatest, with rich color harmony. Nash lines are the cleanest, designs are the keenest, outstanding, we all agree. Yes, Nash is a proud car, a smart, not too loud car, it's perfect, as you will see. All admire Nash, its striking flash, and all its dash. You love Nash, your traveling car. Now go to your dealer and put out a feeler. See what a deal can be made. Yes, it will amaze you to see what he pays you to take your old car in trade. Then you'll own a real car, a big, solid field car that stands up year after year. For very little cash, you'll own a Nash with all its dash. Proud of Nash, your traveling car.
November 17th, your Nash dealer unwraps the greatest travel car ever. Nash for 56 is so superbly styled and engineered, so far ahead of all other cars, its beauty and luxury will thrill you. See the 1956 Nash Thursday, November 17th at your Nash dealer.
Isn't that a beauty? Oldsmobile's 98 Holiday Sedan for 1956. That's the new four-door hardtop. The Holiday Sedan for 56 is not only the most glamorous of hardtops, but it's the most comfortable, too, because, as you see, it has 4 doors and all the interior roominess of a big sedan. And what a thrill it is to drive this new Oldsmobile. It's alive with power, the power of the great new Rocket T350 engine teamed with new Jetaway hydromatic drive. It's a completely new driving experience. Oldsmobile for 56 at your Oldsmobile dealers now.
Say, old Pete's sure in a good mood. Oh, you beautiful dreamboat, you. Hi, Pete. You look mighty pleased with yourself. Well, Bob, I ought to be. I've just made the best deal of my life. Would it have anything to do with this new Olds 88? It sure would. Old Pete finally wised up. He finally saw the light. Why, do you know that I've been paying as much for those little so-called low-price jobs as I paid for this Olds 88? I believe it. Well, this time I played it smart. I put my dough on Oldsmobile, and just look how much more I got for my money. To start with, the best-looking car on the road. Look at those lines. And this new bumper and grille. Well, there you've got rugged protection and real style. And this rocket engine. Say, I never knew a car could perform like this one. I know I'm telling you all this. You sell Oldsmobiles. Yes, Pete, but it's always nice to hear from a satisfied customer. Well, you've got one here, and the next time you get a chance, you tell a few people what a terrific deal old Pete got from Oldsmobile. I certainly will. Well, there you are. Why don't you stop by your Oldsmobile dealer?
Say, this is a beautiful spot. Let me show you the view. That's Oldsmobile's beautiful new 98 Holiday Sedan for 1956. Pretty impressive scenery, isn't it? Let's have another look. Oldsmobile's dazzling new Super 88 Holiday Coupe for 56. Yes, sir, I like it out here. Say, look there. That's the brilliant new Holiday Coupe in Oldsmobile's 88 line, the budget line. And here comes another Oldsmobile Holiday. It's the Super 88 Holiday Sedan, another of Oldsmobile's exciting four-door hardtops for 56. You'll find 6 glamorous holidays in all among Oldsmobile's 13 beautiful models for 1956. Exciting to see, exciting to drive, with sensational new Jetaway hydromatic, so powerfully smooth, and Jetaway's power partner, the great new Rocket T350 engine. Oh, that 56 Oldsmobile. There's nothing else like it. I think you'll agree when you see it and try it at your Oldsmobile dealers. Here it is, the all-new Oldsmobile for 1956. Dramatically new in appearance with Starfire styling, a glamorous new look that again makes Oldsmobile the standout car on every highway. Powerfully new in performance with advanced Jetaway Hydromatic, the smoothest get-up-and-go you've ever known. And a great new rocket engine, the greatest of them all, the Rocket T350. New Starfire styling, Jetaway Hydromatic, Rocket T350. No wonder everyone is saying, oh, that 56 Oldsmobile. And it's at your dealers now.
Cadillac owners are frequently amazed at the public's high regard for the car of cars, even after it has seen 2 or 3 years of service. That in itself is a wonderful reason for buying a quality value late model used Cadillac. But in addition, there is its great practicality. Many one-owner, low-mileage used Cadillacs are priced considerably less than many medium and low-priced new cars that are not their equal in prestige, Fleetwood luxury, and safety features. Every window of every Cadillac is safety plate glass. So if you want a car that is economical to drive and to operate, and a pride and pleasure to own, make it a point to spend 30 minutes at the wheel of a used Cadillac soon.
Just out and just wonderful, the 1957 Chevrolet. There's fresh new design, plus new fuel injection engines that deliver up to 283 horsepower. Number 1 in the USA, the 1957 Chevrolet, at your Chevrolet dealers now. $275,000 in prizes, 57 big winners. In Chevrolet's Great Lucky Traveler Contest. To the 4 top winners, $25,000 in cash and a new 57 Chevrolet passenger car, any model at all, and 53 additional prizes of new Chevrolet Bel Air 4-door sedans, plus $500 in cash with each car. To enter this easy contest, visit your Chevrolet dealer now for your free entry blank. Name the 4 well-known vacation spots shown here and finish a simple jingle. There's no cost or obligation. Now, if you buy a new Chevy during our contest and become a winner, you may choose either the prize car or the equivalent in cash. Contest closes April 15th, so enter now at your Chevrolet dealer.
The 57 Chevrolet is here. Sweet, smooth, and sassy. This is Chevrolet's new Bel Air 2-door hardtop with a daring departure in design that shows the 57 version of America's most popular car as fleet and fresh. Note Chevrolet's brilliant new high-fashion Fender design. Now meet the 57 Chevrolet's 210 hardtop with 4 doors. Notice Chevy's new, gently sloping hood, the flair and fashion of its new grille that accents Chevrolet's daring departure in style. See and drive this proud new Chevy at your Chevrolet dealer. It's number 1 in the USA, the 1957 Chevrolet. Looks like moving day, doesn't it? Actually, this family is just getting ready for a weekend trip. But where on earth do you suppose they'll pack all that luggage? Here's the answer. A new Chevrolet family-engineered station wagon. This beautiful Bel Air 4-door, 6-passenger model is just one of Chevy's 6 family-engineered station wagons for 1957. Wagons designed with the whole family in mind. Just look at the room for luggage, even with all the seats in use. With the back seat folded down, there's even more room, with a special family convenience for long trips or even the drive-in. Chevrolet's family engineered station wagons are equally at home on the boulevard or in the backwoods. As a family cargo carrier, they laugh at loads up to half a ton. And when the job is done, they clean up in a jiffy. For 57, Chevrolet offers 6 big family engineered station wagons, ranging from this thrifty 150 handyman to this luxurious Bel Air nomad. See and drive your Chevy wagon now at your authorized Chevrolet dealer.
I want to show you the mark of a modern truck.
Hey there. Watch your step. Look for these concealed safety steps in Chevrolet Task Force trucks. They stay clear of snow, mud, and ice.
That's just one of many modern Chevrolet truck features.
There's a new word for smooth, and Chevy's got it. Turbo Glide. There's a new word for action, and Chevy's got it. Turbo Glide. Turbo Glide, the first and only triple turbine transmission. Exclusive new extra cost option on the 57 Chevrolet. Turbo Glide's triple turbine response gives you smooth, immediate action. With Chevy's Turbo Glide, all you ever feel is wonderful. You step on the gas and Turbine 1 starts you off instantaneously. As you accelerate, Turbine 2 goes to work, so smoothly you never know it. Coming into cruising speed, Turbine 3 picks up the pace. Again, so smoothly you never notice a thing. Turbo Glide needs no low. For all forward speeds, you simply stay in drive, no shifting. See your authorized Chevrolet dealer and drive Turbo Glide. There may be other cars in Chevy's field, but they're not in Chevy's class. And one reason is Turbo Glide, the first and only automatic drive with triple turbine.
Now I'd like to show you something important. This is a picture of the most exciting value in cars today. This is it, the 57 DeSoto with a new low price. This year's DeSoto is way ahead of our competitors. And yet, DeSoto prices start right above the lowest. It's a big car with big car comfort and big car beauty that our competitors will be imitating 2 or 3 years from now. It's low, lower than any of our competitors. But it's got as much or more room inside as any of the cars that are much taller. And plenty of road clearance, too. It's really got power and terrific performance. And that new Torsionaire ride is so smooth, you'll find it hard to believe. Then there's new triple-range push-button driving. 1 or 2 cars are imitating that now, and others will follow, but this is by far the best. Now, I'm not telling you to run right out and buy a DeSoto on my recommendation, but I believe you'll be a wiser automobile buyer if you'll drive this car. See what it has to offer, then price it. And I think you'll be surprised, because this year DeSoto prices start just above the lowest. Then make your decision. Drive a DeSoto before you decide.
Here's the beautiful motion picture star, Jeanne Crain.
Hello. I'd like to show you something I'm very proud of. This is my new DeSoto. Isn't it beautiful? It's long and lovely and low, almost a foot lower than I am, and I'm only 5'5". I think its styling is outstanding, and these new fins are really striking. And what's more, my DeSoto is fun to drive, even in heavy traffic. It's so easy to handle. DeSoto's full-time power steering is the best I've ever tried. Of course, push-button driving is a wonderful improvement. It's so simple. The way my DeSoto rides, you just won't believe it until you try it. As you may have gathered, I'm very pleased with my new DeSoto. I paid a lot more for cars, but this new DeSoto is the most exciting car I've ever had.
It's the most exciting car in the world today, the 1957 DeSoto.
Christmas dreams are wonderful dreams, filled with the excitement of things hoped for. And in the stillness of Christmas Eve, these dreams have a way of coming true. For a small girl, a doll is a wonderful dream, a delight that will brighten her eyes like no other surprise.
For a boy, it's a bike. Bright, shiny, sure to bring shouts of pleasure. But for the whole family, what could compare with a gift of the most thrillingly beautiful car of the year? The swept-wing Dodge for 1957. Bold and gleaming, bright and beautiful. This car holds the promise of everything your family has ever wanted for a Merry Christmas. In style and riding ease, a sleek swept-wing styling fills the eye with exciting new design. Stunning interior beauty that will surround your family in a wondrous new kind of spaciousness and deep cushioned comfort. A Dodge for Christmas, a Christmas dream. Why not see your Dodge dealer and make it come true?
Now, this is what we call a pedestal-type TV camera. And with cameras like this here in the studio, we can and do bring you many wonderful views of the swept-wing Dodge, as you see here. But you know, wonderful as television is, there are many wonderful things it just cannot do. It can't possibly bring you the feeling of effortless driving, the marvel of the Dodge realm of silence ride, the smoothness of Dodge torsionaire comfort. Oh, you can see demonstrations like this of Dodge Torqueflite push-button driving again and again. But there's only one way to know the ease, the safety, and the efficiency of this newest way to drive, and that is to try it for yourself. You can admire the distinctive beauty of Dodge time after time on your television screen. But only when you inspect this fine car firsthand can you know how truly luxurious it really is. As the Chinese philosopher said, one picture is worth 10,000 words. But when it comes to discovering the wonderful advantages of the new 57 Dodge, one ride is worth 10,000 pictures. You see your Dodge dealer and join the swing to swept-wing. Thank you very much.
They'll know you've arrived when you drive up in the 1958 Edsel, the car that's truly new from nameplate to tail lights. New from the front. New from the side. New from the rear. Only Edsel has the sleek, clean line design that sets it apart from the look-alike cars. And it combines new looks with the newest V8 engines in the world, the big new Edsel 400 and the power-packed Edsel 475. It is unlikely you have ever driven a car with so much real, usable power as the Edsel. And with Edsel's exclusive TeleTouch drive, you drive more safely, more easily than you ever have before, because both hands can stay at the wheel while the Edsel shifts electrically. There's even the added luxury of new Edsel air suspension that's just like riding on air, because you are. And remember, of all the medium-priced cars, car for car, across the board, the 1958 Edsel is the one that's new and the lowest price, too. So see your Edsel dealer.
Ahoy, mate! Having fun? You bet she is. She's proud of her boat and proud of her 1957 Ford. You can tell she appreciates beautiful design. The graceful symmetry of this most elegant Ford ever sets a new standard of automotive styling. See the 1950... Out west, when boy meets girl, boy gets girl. It's all part of the fun at a dude ranch. And if you go for the outdoor life, you'll go for the 1957 Ford Sunliner. Its new long, low silhouette and smartly styled vinyl interiors make the Sunliner the most thrilling version yet of America's favorite convertible. The 1.5 gainer, fun to watch, fun to perform. And have you ever noticed that wherever exciting things are happening, there's usually a 1957 Ford nearby? This is the Ford Fairlane 500 Club Victoria. It's over 17 feet long and lower, more beautiful, and more powerful. See and action test the new kind of Ford soon. Come and get it! It's Chuck Wagon breakfast time out west where the fun begins. And this 9-passenger Ford Country sedan fits right in. It's one of 5 Ford station wagons for 1957, America's most popular station wagons. And each one is lower, longer, wider, more powerful than ever. See the 57 Ford soon. Wherever you find folks having fun in the sun, chances are you'll find a 1957 Ford Sunliner, America's best-selling convertible. And it's not just a fair weather favorite either. Ford's double-seal, double-stitch top will keep you snug come rain or come shine. And it's fade-resistant, too. See it soon. And here's where. From the first drive to the last putt, the game of golf is an exciting one. And from your very first drive in a 1957 Ford, you'll know that here is another kind of excitement that'll always seem new. That's why you see so many new Fords wherever there are people who are really enjoying life. Action test this new kind of Ford soon. Here's where. It was a smooth flight, not a bump all the way. And for this man, the rest of the way home will be just as smooth. That's because he'll be riding in a 1957 Ford, the heaviest, most comfortable Ford ever built. Enjoy a big car ride in a low-price car. Action test the all-new kind of Ford for 1957. And here's where.
Boldly modern styling, functional styling, now can be yours in a truck. Here's Ford's 1957 pickup with style-side body, standard at no extra cost. These straight-back sides give you the largest pickup body in the truck industry. And when you take the wheel, you'll experience new comfort, riding and handling ease that's mighty close to that of a car. Test ride Ford Style-Side at your Ford dealer soon. They're boldly modern, modern through and through. New 57 Ford trucks. Look, it's more than a car. Look again, it's more than a truck. It's the new Ford Ranchero. Here, one of Ford's new tilt cabs from America's lowest priced tilt cab line. And this modern pickup with style-side body, the most load space of any pickup. It's standard at no extra cost from Ford. See your Ford dealer soon. Now at last the style and efficiency of modern air transport is matched on the ground. Look, it's more than a car. Look again, it's more than a truck. It's the new Ford Ranchero. Look, sleek as any show pony, it rides and handles like a car. Look again, it's a real pack horse too. Handles more than half a ton. Price, less than you may think. See your Ford.
Most days, Mulberry Street is pretty quiet. But you should have seen all the excitement the day Bob Jordan sprung his big surprise on the neighborhood. Nobody had ever seen anything quite like this Miller's new kind of Ford, the Skyliner, the world's only Hideaway hardtop. Naturally, everyone wanted to see how it worked, and just as naturally, Bob wanted to show them. He pulled the control lever, and the magic started. First, the rear deck lid swung up. Next, the all-steel top automatically began to rise. Then the forward panel folded under. The top continued to move back and down, and finally descended smoothly into the trunk. You saw it happen, from an all-steel hardtop to a wide-open convertible in less than a minute. But do you think this crowd was satisfied? Hey, do it again, Bob.
Please put the top back up.
And Bob obliged. He knows that the mechanism that operates this retractable top will take all the hard use he can give it, which means he can show it off to his friends all he likes. Ford engineers have tested this car by putting the top up and down thousands of times, the equivalent of 10 years of normal use without a mechanical failure. This steel top is plenty rugged, too, and weather-tight. There, the last step. Set screws lock the roof and deck lid down securely, and it's a snug and beautiful hardtop again. This is another example of Ford's advanced engineering. Another Ford first. Ask your Ford dealer about the new Ford Skyliner, the world's only Hideaway hardtop. And as usual, there are a lot of station wagons in town, most of them Fords. There's Mrs. Johnson in her new two-door Del Rio. She tried them all and finally decided on a Ford because it's so easy to drive and park. It doesn't have that truck feel some other wagons have. And as for style, well, have you ever seen a better-looking station wagon? At the boatyard, Ed Wilson's loading his 6-passenger country sedan for a weekend fishing trip. Wonder if Ed still remembers the days when he had to tie that boat on top of his car. Well, he sure has plenty of inside room now, over 34 square feet of it. Speaking of room, just look at this gang pile into that 9-passenger country sedan. The whole team can travel together now, and in real solid comfort. Their Ford is powered by the Thunderbird V8 engine. That's the very same engine that made the Thunderbird famous. Here are a couple of hard workers, Tim McDonald and his business partner, a Ford ranch wagon. Mac has to keep an eye on costs, and he was really impressed when he found out what a low price tag this station wagon carried. In fact, model for model, right up to this distinguished 9-passenger country Squire, all 5 Ford station wagons are the lowest priced of the low-priced 3. No wonder they're America's most popular.
Wait, let me do it!
You're never too young or too old for the kind of fun you get in the new kind of Ford Sunliner. Although you really can't expect an 8-year-old to appreciate some of the more practical features, such as the fact that this rugged top has double-sealed and double-stitched seams, and it's fade-resistant, too. All he knows is that top-up or top-down, this longer and lower-than-ever Ford is the best-looking car on the block. Okay, now climb in back. And don't worry about those feet. Ford's easy-to-clean vinyl upholstery was designed with small boys in mind. All set? Then...
Blast off!
Under that hood is the same mighty V8 engine that made the Thunderbird famous. It can really put the wind in your hair in a hurry. And at any speed, on any road, you'll get a smooth, floating on clouds ride that's unlike anything ever offered by any low-priced car. Hard to believe, isn't it, that this is the lowest-priced convertible in America. No wonder, year after year, the Ford Sunliner outsells all other convertibles. It's the greatest. Right?
Right.
This is my stakeout, Times Square, the toughest hack stand in the world. Name's Bud Turner, number 2475. This is my cab, a 57 Ford. Nice looking, huh? Well, you should see it in action. For instance, the other day I pick up a fare at the Plaza Hotel. Now, this guy's really in a hurry. Take me to Idlewild Airport, he says. I got 30 minutes to catch a plane. Okay, I said, relax. This baby will get you there. Well, you should see the way that Ford threads the needle through them crosstown streets. Maneuvers like a fly on a hot dime. And take off from a light, man, like one of them jets. Except for the noise, of course. Because this Ford's so quiet that most of the time all I can hear is the meter ticking. Well, we make the airport in a breeze, and I make a nice fat tip, because my fare says this is the sweetest riding cab he's ever been in. New York's like that. Everybody in a hurry. But that's okay with me. This Ford will out-hustle any other cab on the street. It'll hold up longer, too. I've got 32,000 miles on it already, and it's still tight as a drum. When you have to drive for a living, might as well drive the best, I say.
New York taxicab companies are buying more 57 Fords than any other make. When you action test the new kind of Ford, you'll know why.
These are the Thunderbirds, United States Air Force jet demonstration team. Their F-100 Super Sabres are powered by Pratt & Whitney J57 engines, manufactured by the Ford Aircraft Engine Division. Now, here are three more super performers from Ford. 1957 Ford Thunderbird. You're looking at the latest version of the most talked about car ever introduced to the American public. For 57, Ford has shaped the classic Thunderbird profile into a completely fresh, completely distinctive style all its own. New swept-back tail fins add elegance to its lower-than-ever line. And on the practical side, these new dimensions give you more generous luggage room, too. It's powered by a big 312 cubic-inch V8 engine with twin four-barrel carburetors. You'll have to look far to find a performer that can match this.
To report that the new 1957 Lincoln is living up to all of its predictions because since its introduction, the demand for this new Lincoln has been nearly twice as great as it was last year at this time, and you'll remember that last year was the biggest in Lincoln history. Now here's the car that's lighting the way in the fine car field. And the dramatically different look of Lincoln's Quadrant grille, and all the way down the long, low, lovely lines that set this car apart as unmistakably Lincoln. It's a perfect blend of beauty and performance, so you see and drive the Lincoln this week. And actually, I advise you to get your order in early because already in the case of certain models, the demand has outstripped the supply, even though we're building them as fast as we can. Lincoln for 1957, unmistakably the finest in the fine car field. Tell you what, come on back out here and let us take another look at your very lovely inaugural ball gown.
Thank you.
Now, Julia, I understand that actually you were just in Washington and you had a chance to drive around in one of the many Lincolns to be used in the inaugural parade tomorrow.
Yes, I was, Ed. As a matter of fact, I had the opportunity to drive my Lincoln along the actual route the parade will take. And I'd like to show you how it looks. Appropriately enough, Ed, the first place we visited was the Capitol. Surely one of the most thrilling sights in the world. It's the focal point of the city, and right over there where you see the stands, the inauguration itself will take place. And the parade tomorrow begins right here, and so will we. Although it was very cold, I had the top down on my long, low Lincoln convertible, so I was riding just as the people will be riding in the parade tomorrow. I drove away from the Capitol toward the stately Supreme Court building. And right away, my lovely Lincoln attracted as much attention as if it were leading a parade. I followed the stands along Pennsylvania Avenue, past the National Gallery of Art, where you can see some of the world's finest art treasures, and then by the Washington Monument. And I thought how perfectly my new Lincoln fitted into the beautiful setting of this lovely city. It had started to snow, so I put the top up and drove to where the parade will end, at the White House, where the President, the Vice President, and their guests will review the parade. As I started back, I was reminded of something I'd noticed, that from the number of Lincolns in Washington, more and more of the most important people were driving the finest car, Lincoln. For example, later that evening when I arrived at the Carlton Hotel for dinner with friends, the doorman complimented me on my lovely Lincoln. Later he told me that with all the social activities in Washington these days, he had noticed so many more people were arriving in new Lincolns. And as I was standing with my friends at the entrance of the hotel, I saw evidence of this myself. I was convinced, as I am wherever I go, that Lincoln stands out as unmistakably the finest in the fine car field.
You're so right about that, Julia, and as Julia just told you, when you see the parade tomorrow on most of our CBS TV stations, you'll be seeing many of lovely Lincolns in it, as well as the beautiful Continental Mark II. Thank you, hon. Tonight in our show, we showed you the new 1957 Lincoln, let you take a good look at it, and now to tell you about the car that's getting the biggest reception in Lincoln's history, here is Julia Meade.
Thank you, Ed. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, Lincoln for 1957. The dramatically new car with a distinctive Lincoln identity from every viewpoint. Take first Lincoln's Quadrolite grille that commands attention for this car day or night. Lincoln for 1957, you know, is America's first car with 4 headlight designs. Seen from the side, Lincoln's clean, fresh styling gives new meaning to Lincoln beauty with longer, lower, lovelier lines. From the rear also, you cannot mistake Lincoln for any other car. The unique canted blades rise and end in the pyramid taillight. Everyone who has seen this long, low, lovely Lincoln at the dealer's showroom has been so enthusiastic about the magnificent new interior, with the widest selection of colors, rich fabrics, and luxurious leathers in Lincoln's history. Inside, in addition to all the power assists that you naturally expect on a truly fine car, look at a few of the many extra luxuries that 1957 Lincoln offers you. The new 6-way power seat adjusts automatically to any position, even tilts back and forth for your ultimate driving comfort. And this rear view mirror adjusts very easily from the inside. Even the side vent windows are powered. And here the electric door lock on the instrument panel locks all doors at once with just the flick of a switch. And for even greater safety, a light goes on to warn you if all the doors are not properly closed. Inside and out, every dramatically new detail makes Lincoln for 1957 more than ever unmistakably the finest in the fine car field.
Thank you so much, Julia. And now you've just seen a few of the reasons why the 1957 Lincoln is such a great car. Now, the other half of the story is that this magnificent automobile not only looks the part, but can play the part too, as you'll find out once you go into your Lincoln dealers and drive it for yourself. Yes, Lincoln for 1957 is truly the new standard in the fine car field.
It's been a spontaneous thing, too, sort of contagious. One fellow drives a Mercury home, and pretty soon he has a half a dozen neighbors around, all talking about dream car design.
Well, Jack, suppose we take a look at that dream car design.
Well, there's a beautiful example right over there.
Oh, the new convertible cruiser, and it is a real beauty. So that's the model that will do the actual pace car honors next Memorial Day.
That's right, Ed. We've chosen the convertible cruiser because it most typifies Mercury's dream car design.
It's really a knockout.
Well, it has the same straightness of lines, the feeling of bigness and mass without bulk. And as you pointed out, Ed, this basic styling found on all Mercuries has captured the imagination of car buyers everywhere. In fact, in order to meet this tremendous buyer demand, we've had to increase our production by 40% for the months of January and February. Actually, right now, we have more people at work building Mercuries than at any time in the history of the Mercury car.
Well, very shortly, we are going to present here Sophie Tucker and Myron Cohn and more movie stars than you can shake a stick at. But now, get set for a thrill, because we're going to put you in the driver's seat of a dream car.
The 1957 Mercury. Go ahead, take the wheel. Touch the keyboard control. Feel your dream car come to life. The 1957 Mercury, a dream car.
Actually, a dream car with a new floating ride. Because actually, it's like floating on a cloud. Never before have so many advances been teamed together for your riding comfort. Advances like this Mercury exclusive, the industry's first full cushion shock absorbers. Shock absorbers that adjust instantly to changing road conditions. They have full cushion action to control rebound on any road. Now, these new Mercury shock absorbers have not just 4 valves like other cars.
but 6 valves, 2 extra valves to more efficiently soak up all the bumps so you don't have to, even when the going gets rough. And now, if you please, let's take a look at this very cute gal. Watch how easily she applies her lipstick. Her arm is steady, her hand is even. She rides the way you'll ride, in velvet comfort. Now next, another exclusive. Mercury engineers took the Big M's famous ball joint front suspension and swept back the control arms. So now, instead of the wheels being bounced into bumps, Mercury's wheels are pulled over, gently, like that. And then the engineers lowered Mercury's center of gravity, so this longer, lower Big M hugs the corner closer than ever. Actually, it's the same principle a skier uses when he crouches for a turn. And Mercury is built lower for greater stability and handling ease. And don't forget Mercury's new bigger size and weight. Nearly 2 tons big, spread with precision, balance over a longer wheelbase. So you get big size, big length, big heft for a smooth, road-hugging, even-keel ride. The new floating ride in the biggest, longest, widest Mercury ever built. No other automobile in America has it, so tomorrow you see the Big M 457 with floating ride and dream car design at your Mercury dealers now. One of our new 57 Mercury with dream car design has caused more excitement than any car in recent years. Never before has a car anything like the new dream car Mercury been displayed without the familiar warning, "Do not touch." But with the announcement of the Big M 457, we changed that warning to an invitation. Not only is this a car to dream about, the 1957 Mercury is America's first dream car in full production. It's a car you can touch, a car you can drive, a car you can own now. The Big M 457 is America's first production dream car, straight out of tomorrow. Just look. Over 17.5 feet of dream car. The long, 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 almost never-ending sweep of it. Mercury, bigger in every way. Wide across the rear. Massive, powerful, with new integrated roof styling. See how the new channel in the roof extends right down into the rear deck. Distinctive. The roof line, long, slender, straight line. A completely new concept in roof design. Mercury, long and wide, with shoulder and hip room for 1, 2, 3 big men, front or rear. He's 6'1", yet he has so much headroom inside the Big M. The 1957 Mercury, a true dream car. More exciting than any of the experimental cars you've seen at the auto shows. And whether you choose this brilliant new Montclair 4-door sedan, or America's most beautiful hardtop, the Montclair Phaeton sedan, you will be buying the year's most completely new car. The 1957 Mercury with dream car design straight out of tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, Lee Stevens is going to show you how to get more for your money when you buy a car. Lee?
All right, Ed. The best way to judge a car is to compare it with the other cars selling at about the same price. First, let's take visibility. This cardboard cutout is the exact size of the rear window in our Mercury Monterey 4-door sedan. Notice that it's all one piece, which means you see more. This cutout is the exact size of our competitors' rear windows. They have these old-fashioned posts that cut down on what you see. Now, look at the difference. Mercury gives you all this extra glass area in the rear window alone. Next, let's take the package tray, which, as you know, is this area, the shelf area between the rear seat and the rear window. Now, this package tray was taken from a Mercury, while this one came from a competitive car. Now look, Mercury. All metal. The competitive package tray. Well, you can see for yourself. Now I'd like to show you another way that Mercury is made better to give you more for your money. It's a comparison between two hoods, one taken from a Mercury, the other from a competitive car. Now listen. Mercury, heavy and solid. The other car sounds thin and hollow. Well, looking at it from this side, you can see why. No reinforcement and no insulation. But Mercury gives you big, heavy, double panel construction and plenty of insulation. And I don't have to tell you that insulation means less noise, a quieter ride.
Now remember the demonstrations that Lee just showed you compared to our Mercury Monterey with cars costing just about the same. And actually, there are only a few of the ways that Mercury gives you more for your money. So tomorrow, see your Mercury dealer and take your choice. Take advantage of this terrific pick and save special. And make your move to the big, new dream car, Mercury. Right now, we're going to ask you to pretend that you are a TV camera.
Hi there. Just getting our sign ready. Only 2 words, but very important. Pick and save. You pick from the stock of Mercuries we have on hand, and you save plenty. Go ahead inside. Right into our Mercury showroom. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Wait a second, I'll get some of these lights. There. See all those Mercuries on display? Beautiful, aren't they? Well, right now is our peak selling season. And if you order from stock and save us the trouble of a... Wait a second. Wait a minute. Before you look, let me tell you about Pick and Save. As I said, if you pick a car from stock and save us the trouble of a special order, we're ready to pass big savings on to you. Pick and save, see? And if you act now, you'll find a tremendous selection of colors and models from which to choose. Now, go ahead and look. Look at the styling. Dream car design. Long, clean, unbroken lines. The V-angle taillights. You won't find this look on any other car this year. Except other Mercuries, of course. Now I'd like to show you something that most cars seem to have forgotten this year. It's an old-fashioned thing called comfort. Look how easy it is to get inside. Plenty of knee room and foot room. And say, this is great. How about this? All of the headroom and hat room that you'll ever need. Now let me show you some more features that you won't find on any other car except a Big M. Hey, wait. Wait a minute. Where are you going? Oh, no, I'm sorry. You can't sign the order tonight. Mercury showrooms don't open until tomorrow morning. But I can tell you that because Mercury sales are going so great, you'll get a terrific trade-in allowance for your old car. Okay? Now take another look around. And be sure and tell anyone who's interested in a good deal on a Mercury, this is the time to pick from stock and save big money. Another thing, you won't have to wait for delivery. You can pick out your Big M and drive it away the very same day. But it's for a limited time only, while your dealer still has a tremendous selection. So act now. Take your choice. Remember, pick and save at all Mercury dealers tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the next 90 seconds, I will show you new car buyers how you can save hundreds of dollars when you buy a new Plymouth. I will prove to you that Plymouth gives you more and better transportation value than any other 1957 car, regardless of price. And here's why. One, Plymouth is recognized as the style leader of the year. Plymouth's advanced styling will stay in you for years to come. And that means you'll get more money back when you're ready to trade again. Two, Plymouth is the ride leader. Only Plymouth in its field has Torsionaire Ride, the sensational new suspension system that tames any kind of road. Three, Plymouth costs less to drive, as proved when Plymouth won first place in the 1957 Mobil Gas Economy Run. Four, price. Don't forget, with all Plymouth's luxury, it's still a low-price car. Compare what other cars in the same price range offer you, and you'll see that Plymouth definitely gives you more car value for your money. So, friends, see your Plymouth dealer and let him show you how your year's ahead and money ahead with Plymouth. See your Plymouth dealer, PDQ. See your Plymouth dealer quick. Thank you.
In the spring, a young man's fancy lightly turns to thoughts of a new Plymouth Convertible. And small wonder, for just look at this long, low, lean, excitingly styled automobile. You just want to get in this car and go. And how this car does go. Like all Plymouth models, the Convertible handles like a sports car and gives you all the roominess and comfort of the most costly custom cars. Under the hood is the power for safety of the Fury engine, the most durable, most economical V8 in its field. And with Plymouth's revolutionary Torsionaire Ride, you float over the road without bounce, roll, or sway, with the dependable stopping power of Plymouth's total contact brakes. And only in a convertible can you ride in the open air with the sky alone as your ceiling. Step into your Plymouth dealers tomorrow and step out in a flashing new Plymouth Convertible for 1957. Here comes the ultra-luxurious and practical new Plymouth Suburban. What a wagon! It actually seats 9 people in absolute comfort, as you can see, almost like a private bus. There isn't a single station wagon built that's bigger than the new Plymouth. Now, not just in the low price 3, we mean all station wagons. Low price, medium price, right on up to the so-called big luxury wagons. You just can't buy a bigger station wagon anywhere at any price.
Hi, Jack.
Oh, hi, Nancy. Say, how did you enjoy your first ride in the new Plymouth Suburban?
Simply wonderful, Jack. You know, in the observation seat here, you can sit back in real comfort and enjoy the scenery passing by. I bet children really love it. And you know, Jack, these convenient steps make it easy as pie to get in and out. You see?
Wonderful. Say, Nancy, let's show how easily these seats fold down and out of the way. Would you help me, please?
Oh, no sooner said than done.
You get the front ones and I'll get these. You just take this one, fold it down. The back folds down here. There you are. Nothing to it. Just as simple as that and as easy. There you have over 10 feet of cargo floor length. Why, that's enough to carry even the bulkiest freight.
Or enough room for luggage for a 3-week motor trip.
Yes, now watch this Plymouth Suburban magic. You close the tailgate, put the key in the lock, and up comes the window. There's also a button inside which controls the window, and another on the dash panel up there for the driver's convenience.
And for extra family safety, the window locks securely from the inside. Well, see you later, Jack.
Okay, Nancy, have a nice picnic. Oh, that's right. Folks, there are just so many new features to talk about in this Plymouth Suburban that you wonder how such a big, smooth-looking, smooth-riding wagon can be included in the low-price field. But it is. It definitely is. Believe me when I say you just can't buy a bigger station wagon anywhere at any price than the new Plymouth Suburban. Well, that's worth repeating. And so I said, you just can't buy a bigger station wagon anywhere at any price than the new Plymouth Suburban. So why spend more and settle for less? It's a good idea. See and drive the new Plymouth Suburban tomorrow at your Plymouth dealer.